Election campaign gains momentum ahead of third and final phase of polls in Assam. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress for aligning with AIUDF. Election Commission orders repoll at polling station in Assam's Rathabari Assembly constituency. Good Friday being observed across the country, solemn observations witnessed in Nagaland, Mizoram. And security measures intensified in Kokrajhar ahead of the third phase of polls. Good evening and welcome to the Northeast News. This is Jushna Borwa with the news in detail. With barely 72 hours left to campaign for the third and final phase of Assam Assembly elections, all political parties have intensified their respective outreach activities. BJP leader and Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today addressed an election rally at Dharmapur in Nalbari district, where he claimed BJP had fulfilled all its promises made in 2016 and created a corruption-free administration. In Chirang, Assam BJP leader and convener of Northeast Democratic Alliance, Himanta Biswa Sharma, while addressing an election rally, slammed rival Bodoland People's Front for poor development in erstwhile BTC areas. The Congress, meanwhile, held a series of election rallies in Lower Assam districts. At Krishna in Gwalpara district, while addressing a mammoth election rally, Congress leader and Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel said, the ruling political dispensation in Assam have failed to create a conducive environment for all-round development in the last 5 years. Assam Pradesh Congress President Ripun Bora and former Chief Minister of Meghalaya Mukul Sangma also addressed the gatherings. The Congress party has become mentally bankrupt, said BJP National President JP Nadda on Friday, while hitting out at opposition parties in Assam for indulging in politics of opportunism ahead of the third phase of assembly elections in the state. Nadda, while addressing an election rally in Guwahati on Friday, alleged the rival Congress has forged ties with communal forces to gain power. Slamming the Congress for alliance with AIUDF, Nadda said people of Assam will defeat the evil designs of both Congress and AIUDF in the electoral battle. He further called the Congress party political tourist, saying they only came for photo session during polls. Election Commission has ordered repoll at polling station number 149 in Assam's Rathabari Assembly constituency in Karimganj district. The decision was taken after reports surfaced yesterday about an incident of an EVM being carried in a private vehicle after polling was complete. 4 poll officials, including the presiding officer responsible for the lapse, have been suspended by the Election Commission. The Commission has informed that the EVM in question has been recovered, and upon examination it has been found to be with its seal intact and without any damage. However, a decision for a repoll at the polling station at a later date has been taken as a measure of abundant precaution. The Commission has also sought a report from the special observer in this regard. The Congress today continued its attack on the BJP after an EVM was allegedly found in a car of BJP candidate in Assam's Karimganj district on Thursday night, hours after the state witnessed voting in 39 constituencies in Phase 2 of Assembly elections. Addressing a press conference in Guwahati, Congress national spokesperson Randeep Singh Surjewala slammed the BJP for Karimganj EVM controversy and appealed to the Election Commission of India to initiate exemplary punishment for the culprits involved in alleged stealing of the voting machine. Expressing confidence in forming the next government in Assam with a comfortable majority, Surjewala said the people have already ensured Congress's victory with such a majority that BJP will never succeed even by adopting dubious means.
असम के 3 चरणों के चुनाव में पहले 2 चरणों में असम की बहादुर सूझवान जनता ने सही कदम उठाए हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बाहर का रास्ता दिखाया है।
Good Friday is being observed in the country today. Good Friday commemorates the day of crucifixion of Jesus Christ. On this day, Jesus Christ sacrificed his life out of love for humanity while suffering for their sins. On the occasion of Good Friday, people wish one another strength and happiness. However, due to the recent surge in COVID-19, Good Friday observations were muted. The Easter celebration will begin the following Sunday on April 4th. On the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Good Friday reminds us about the struggles and sacrifices of Jesus Christ. In a tweet today, Modi said Jesus Christ is a perfect embodiment of compassion who was devoted to serving the needy and healing the sick. Along with the rest of the country, Good Friday was observed across the northeast. In the Christian-dominated state of Mizoram, the day was observed with religious fervour and solemnity. The Protestant churches had their prayer services where pastors delivered sermons on selected Good Friday themes. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the Catholic Church could not take out procession of the cross on the streets. Therefore, Way of the Cross prayer was held in their respective churches and Mass was held to commemorate the suffering of Christ on the cross. In Nagaland, Christian community today observed Good Friday by holding special services. At the city church Kohima, the day was observed on the theme Cross. Pastor of City Church, Reverend Kedo Pisei, in his message said the significance of Good Friday is the crucifixion of Jesus Christ at the cross, for which we are all forgiven our sins. He added that the significance of Good Friday is far greater than any other celebration of the Christians throughout the year. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that India has achieved a landmark milestone in road construction by building more highways than any other country in the last financial year. He said 37 kilometers of roads have been constructed every day in the year 2020-21. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, the minister said over 13,000-kilometer roads have been constructed in the last financial year. He said the achievement was made despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways said that the length of national highways has gone up by 50% from more than 91,000 kilometers to more than 137,000 kilometers in the last 7 years. Time now for a short commercial break. More stories to follow. Stay tuned.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट। इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा।
फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड है।
इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी।
अरे यार,
देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें नॉमिनी का नाम जरूर दर्ज करें ताकि आपकी जमा पूंजी उसी को मिले जिसे आपने नामित किया है।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. In Assam, security lineup has been entrusted to look into the various categories of polling stations in the 3 constituencies, Gosaigaon, Kokrajhar West and Kokrajhar East, under Kokrajhar districts, which go to polls in the 3rd phase on 6th April next. Talking to reporters in Kokrajhar today, BTR IGP LR Bishnoi said security arrangements have been made as per ECI guidelines and steps have been taken to ensure smooth, peaceful, free and fair elections. He informed that there are a total of 3,534 polling stations in the 4 districts of BTR, including 911 in 3 constituencies under Udalguri, where the elections were held in the 2nd phase on April 1st. He said presently 46 companies of forces were deployed in BTR and 87 more companies will be deployed by tomorrow. He said sensitive and critical polling stations were identified and preventive measures have been taken and security intensified. In Meghalaya, the state government is planning to bring a positive reformation in the MEECL by identifying and plugging the loopholes that has plagued the corporation. The MDA government is dedicated to plugging all loopholes and leakages and will make sure that MEECL becomes a profitable corporation, said the Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong. When asked if the MEECL issue was blown out of proportion, the Deputy Chief Minister said he does not blame anybody and it is good that it has come out. In a significant step to exponentially expand the countrywide vaccination drive, the centre has decided to operationalize both public and private sector COVID vaccination centres on all days this month. The centre has written to all the states and union territories today and asked them to make necessary arrangements to provide COVID vaccination in these centres on all days of the month, including gazetted holidays. This step has been taken after detailed deliberations with the states and union territories to optimally utilize all COVID vaccination centres across the public and private sectors to ensure rapid increase in the pace and coverage of COVID vaccination. This decision is in line with a graded and proactive approach employed by the Government of India along with the states and union territories for COVID-19 vaccination. Over 6 crore 87 lakh doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered to the beneficiaries in the country so far. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has informed that more than 36 lakh 71,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the country is witnessing continuous rise in daily new cases and deaths due to COVID-19. The Health Ministry informed that more than 81,000 new cases have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative positive cases to over 1 crore 23 lakh. A total of 469 deaths have also been reported in the country within the last 24 hours, taking the toll to over 163,000 across the country. In terms of the COVID scenario in the northeast, Arunachal has reported 4 active cases, followed by 16,785 cured cases, even as the dead tallied 56. Reporting 537 active cases in its kitty, Assam has logged 2,15,479 released cases. Case load for the dead is 1,107. Saddled with 64 active cases, Manipur has topped 28,963 discharged cases, even as the death toll is 374. Meghalaya has 50 active cases, 13,867 cured cases, even as the dead account for 150. Reporting 37 active cases, Mizoram has logged 4,436 released cases, while the death toll is 11. Embroiled with 115 active cases, Nagaland has topped 12,138 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 92. Reporting 46 active cases, Sikkim has logged 6,060 discharged cases. The death toll is 135. In Tripura, active cases number 59, while cured cases stood at 33,070. The dead tallied 392. To end the news, the main points once again. Election campaign gains momentum ahead of third and final phase of polls in Assam. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress for aligning with AIUDF. Election Commission orders repoll at polling station in Assam's Rathabari Assembly constituency. Good Friday being observed across the country, solemn observations witnessed in Nagaland and Mizoram. And security measures intensified in Kokrajhar ahead of the third phase of polls. And that's all in this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.